Darth's Fairy Tale Land Stories by Darth Zookeeper. 3 Billy Goats Gruff. Once upon a time, there were 3 billy goats, which had their last name Gruff. One day, while their bellies rumbled, they saw a bridge with delicious green grass on the other side. So, the first billy goat Gruff, which is the teeny tiny billy goat Gruff, went first. Click clop, click clop, click clop. Suddenly, a giant green troll jumped out from under the bridge. He was angry.
"Not so fast!"
growled the troll.
"Who's crossing my bridge?"
"I'm the teeny tiny billy goat Gruff,"
said the teeny tiny billy goat Gruff.
"I'm going to eat you all up,"
said the troll.
"Why can't you eat me when my brother, the medium-sized billy goat Gruff, coming behind me?"
asked the teeny tiny billy goat Gruff.
"Okay then,"
said the troll.
"go right ahead."
And so, the teeny tiny billy goat went past the troll and looked for grass for her to eat. Then, the medium-sized billy goat Gruff went second to cross the bridge. Click clop, click clop. Then the giant green troll who jumped out from under the bridge, he was very, very angry.
"Not so fast!
growled the troll.
Who's crossing my bridge?" "I'm the medium-sized billy goat Gruff."
said the medium-sized billy goat Gruff.
"I'm going to eat you all up,"
said the troll.
"Why don't you eat me with my brother, the big billy goat Gruff, coming behind me?"
asked the medium-sized billy goat Gruff.
"Okay, fine,"
said the troll.
"go right ahead."
And so the medium-sized billy goat went past the troll and looked for grass for him to eat. Finally, the big billy goat Gruff went last across the bridge. Clap, clop, clap, clop. Finally, the giant green troll who jumped out from the bridge, he was very, 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 very angry.
"Not so fast!
growled the troll.
Who's crossing my bridge?" "I'm the big billy goat Gruff."
said the big billy goat Gruff.
"I'm going to eat you all up,"
said the troll.
"I am not afraid of you."
The big billy goat growled right back. So he used his big horns and he hit the troll right in the swamp with a big splash. So he smiled and joined the other billy goats, and so the 3 billy goats Gruff eat all the grass they want while the troll stays in the swamp. Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, in a simple cottage beside the deep dark woods, there lived a pretty girl called Little Red Riding Hood. She was kind and considerate, and everybody loved her. One afternoon, Little Red Riding Hood's mother called to her.
"Granny isn't feeling good today,"
she said.
"so I baked her favorite custard as a little surprise. Now be a good girl and take it to her, will you?"
Little Red Riding Hood was delighted. She loved going to Granny's, even though it meant crossing the deep, dark woods. When the custard had cooled, Little Red Riding Hood's mother wrapped it up and put it in the basket.
"Now, whatever you do, go straight to Granny's,"
she said.
"Do not tarry. Do not speak to any strangers."
"Yes, Mama,"
said Little Red Riding Hood. Before long, she was in the deepest part of the woods.
Ooh,
She said.
this is scary.
Suddenly, a big bad wolf appeared.
Greetings, my dear.
He said.
Care to stop for a little chat?
Oh, goodness gracious me.
Said Little Red Riding Hood.
My mama said not to speak to any strangers.
But a big bad wolf had such charming manners.
And where are you going, sweet thing?
He said.
I'm on my way to visit Grandma, who lives in a pretty pink house on the other side of the woods.
Said Little Red Riding Hood.
You don't say.
Said the wolf. Just then, he had a delightful idea. No reason why he can't eat them both, he thought.
Allow me to escort you.
He said.
You'll never know what might be lurking about.
You're too kind.
Said Little Red Riding Hood. Beyond the forest, they came to a patch of sunflowers.
Why not pick a few?
Suggested the wolf.
Grannies love flowers, you know.
But while Little Red Riding Hood was picking a pretty bouquet, the clever wolf hurried on ahead to Granny's house. Who is it? Called out Granny.
It is I, your wishes, her darling granddaughter.
Said the wolf. The door is open, said Granny.
Surprise!
Cried the wolf. Granny was furious at having her reading interrupted. Get out of here, you horrid thing, she cried. But it's too late. The wolf gobbled her right up.
Tasty.
He said, patting his belly.
So tasty.
Just then, he heard footsteps on the garden path.
Here comes dessert.
And losing no time, he put on Granny's cap and glasses, jumped into bed, and put up the covers.
Who is it?
He called out in his sweetest Granny voice.
It is I, your little granddaughter.
Said Little Red Riding Hood.
The door is open.
Said the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood was distressed at seeing her grandmother so changed.
Why, Granny?
She said.
What big eyes you have. The better to see you with, my dear.
Said the wolf.
And Granny, what big nose you have. The better to smell you with, my dear.
Said the wolf.
And Granny, what big teeth you have.
The better to eat you with, dear.
Cried the wolf. And he ate her right up.
I'm so wicked.
He said.
So wicked.
But really he was enormously pleased with himself, and having enjoyed such a heavy meal, he was soon snoring right away. A lumberjack passed by was alarmed by the frightful racket.
That doesn't sound like Granny.
He said. And so the brave lumberjack jumped in the window, killed the sleeping wolf, and cut him open. Out jumped Granny and Little Red Riding Hood.
We're ever so grateful.
Said Little Red Riding Hood.
That wicked wolf won't trouble you again.
To the lumberjack. It was so dark in here I couldn't read a word, said Granny. Little Red Riding Hood promised never, ever to speak to another stranger, charming manners or not. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time, there was a little girl called Goldilocks. One morning, Goldilocks' mother sent her to buy muffins in the next village.
You must promise not to take the shortcut through the forest,
She said.
I heard that bears live there.
I promise.
Said Goldilocks. But to tell the truth, Goldilocks was one of those naughty little girls who do exactly as they please. Meanwhile, in the clearing, deeper inside the forest, in a charming house on their own, a family of brown bears were sitting down to breakfast.
Ouch!
Cried big old Papa Bear.
This bite is scalding. I burned my gun.
I'm dying.
Cried Baby Bear.
Now really,
Said Mama Bear, who was a medium size.
that's quite enough.
I know.
Said Papa Bear.
Why don't we go for a spin while the porridge is cooling?
So they got on their rusty old bicycle and off they went. A few minutes later, Goldilocks arrived at the bear's house. She walked right in without even bothering to knock. On the dining room table were 3 inviting and tasty bowls of porridge.
I don't mind if I do.
Said Goldilocks, helping herself in the biggest bowl. But the porridge in the biggest bowl was much too hot.
Ouch!
Cried Goldilocks. Next, she tasted the porridge in a medium-sized bowl. But that porridge was much too cold, and she got icicles all over her tongue. Then Goldilocks tasted the porridge in a little bowl, and it was just right, neither too hot nor too cold. In fact, she liked it so much that she ate it all up. Feeling full and satisfied, Goldilocks thought it would be great to have fun, to have a look around. Right away, she noticed a lot of coarse of green-brown fur everywhere.
They must have kitties.
She said. In the parlor, there were 3 chairs.
I don't mind if I do.
She said, climbing into the biggest one, but the biggest chair was much too hard, and she just couldn't get comfortable. Next, she sat in the medium-sized chair, but that chair was much too soft, and she thought she might never get out of it. Then Goldilocks sat in the middle chair, and that was just right, neither too hard nor too soft. In fact, she liked it so much that she rocked and rocked until the chair fell to pieces. Now, all that rocking left Goldilocks quite tuckered out.
I could take a little snooze.
She said. So she went to look for the comfy place to nap. Upstairs were 3 beds. She got into the biggest one, but the head of the biggest bed was much too high. Next, she tried the medium-sized bed, but the head of that bed was much too low. Then Goldilocks tried the little bed, and it was just right. Soon she was all nice and cozy and sound asleep. She did not hear the bears come home. three bears were mighty hungry, but when they went in for breakfast, they could scarcely believe their eyes.
Somebody has tasted my porridge.
Said Papa Bear.
Somebody has been tasting my porridge.
Said Mama Bear.
Somebody has been tasting my porridge
Said Baby Bear.
and eating it all up.
In the parlor, the three bears were in for another little surprise.
Somebody has been sitting in my chair.
Said Papa Bear.
Somebody has been sitting in my chair.
Said Mama Bear.
Somebody has been sitting in my chair
Said Baby Bear.
and broken its smithereens.
The three bears went upstairs on tiptoe. Not knowing what they would discover, at first everything seemed fine, but then Papa Bear laid down on his big brass bed.
Somebody left a line in my bed.
He cried, and he was not amused.
Egad,
Cried Mama Bear.
somebody has been lying in my bed.
Look, cried Baby Bear.
And she's still there.
Now see here.
Roared Papa Bear. Goldilocks woke up with a start, and her eyes nearly popped out of her head, but before the bears could demand a proper explanation, Goldilocks was out of bed, out the window, and on her way home.
Who was that little girl?
Asked Baby Bear.
I have no idea,
Said Mama Bear.
but I hope we never see her again.
And they never did. The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, an old Mother Sow sent her three little pigs out into the wood to seek their fortune.
Now, be sure to ride,
She said.
and remember that I love you.
The first little pig made a man with a little straw.
I know.
Said the little pig.
I'll buy some straw and build a house.
That's not a good idea, said the man.
Mind your business, thank you.
Said the little pig. And he brought the straw and set about building a house. It took him no time at all. Very soon, a lean and hungry big bad wolf happened by. Pig was just about his favorite food in the world. So he knocked on the door and said,
Little pig, let me come in.
to which the little pig replied,
No, not by here, my chinny chin chin.
this annoyed the wolf to no end, and he said,
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in. Go right ahead.
said the little pig. So the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house in. The second little pig met a man with little sticks.
I got it.
Said the little pig.
I'll buy those sticks and build a house.
I think twice about that, said the man.
Oh, pooh.
Said the little pig.
What would you know?
Then he brought the sticks Very pretty, he said. No sooner had the little pig settled in his pretty house than the wolf happened by. He was still hungry, and he said,
Little pig, let me come in.
to which the little pig replied, No, 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 not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. The wolf didn't care for that at all, and he said,
I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in.
Ha 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 ha, said the little pig. So the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house in. Ate up the little pig. Now the third little pig met a man with a little bricks. These bricks will make a fine, sturdy house, said the man.
Capital idea, my good fellow,
said the little pig. So she brought the bricks and set about building the house. It took her quite a bit of time, but it was well worth it.
nice and solid,
said the little pig.
nice and solid.
But no sooner had a little pig moved in than she noticed the wolf loitering about. And the wolf, who was still hungry, said,
Little pig, let me come in.
to which the little pig replied,
No, 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 not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
Well, the wolf had heard that before, and he said,
And I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in.
Oh, don't do that.
said the little pig. But the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, and he puffed, until he was quite blue in the face. The house stood firm. Mourned the wolf, and he put that on his most dazzling smile.
Little pig, I was only teasing.
He said,
By the way, I hear tell that Farmer Jones has the most scrumptious turnips. Shall I go pick a few?
Oh, I'm much too busy now.
said the little pig.
What about tomorrow morning?
Excellent.
Said the wolf.
I'll come for you at 6 o'clock.
The next morning, the little pig got up at 5 o'clock, hurried up to Farmer Jones's turnip field, picked a basket full of scrumptious turnips, and ran back home. When the wolf arrived at 6 o'clock, the turnips were already boiling in the pot.
Sorry I couldn't wait.
Said the little pig. The wolf tried not to show his displeased pleasure.
No harm done.
He said,
By the way, there is a lovely apple tree down in the merry meadow. Shall I go help ourselves to a few apples?
I must cook my turnips.
said the little pig.
Let me there tomorrow morning.
Splendid.
Said the wolf.
Shall we say at 5 o'clock?
The next morning, the little pig was up at 4 o'clock and went off for the apples. It took longer than she expected to reach the merry meadow, and while busy gathering apples in the highest tree, she saw the real wolf approaching.
Do try one of these.
She called down, running the apple as far as she could. When the wolf chased after the apple, the little pig shimmered down the tree and made it safely home. The next day, the wolf came again. Really, he was quite put out.
There's a fair today on Hog Hill,
He said.
Will you care to go?
Why do we meet there?
Said the little pig.
Would 3 o'clock suit you?
Colossal,
Said the wolf.
3 it is, just to make sure I will be there at 2 o'clock.
At 1 in the afternoon, the little pig went to a fair and had a fine time. So fine that she lost track of the hour. Suddenly, out of the corner, she saw the wolf coming up the hill. With a minute to spare, the little pig jumped into the empty butter germ and rode down the hill toward the wolf. Well, the wolf was so scared, he ran all the way home. That evening, the wolf went to the little pig's house and told her how frightened he'd be by a great round thing that came down the hill.
Frighten you, did I?
Said the little pig.
That great round thing was a butter churn, and I was inside.
This was simply too much for the wolf to stand.
I've been nice long enough.
He cried,
I'm going to get you up right about now.
and he climbed up onto the roof. When the little pig saw this, she put the big iron pot in the fireplace and quickly stoked the fire.
Here I come.
Cried the wolf.
Dinner time. No!
You can say that again.
Said the little pig. And so she cooked the mean old wolf and ate him up.